we can have a good discussion about USMNT, and then a good discussion about Player of the Year.
Oh, I don't know why I read that as Player of the Week.
Oh.
Wow, Player of the Year is Mo Salah for what? The half season?
What? What? The
What do you
Player of the
say?
Year this is just a discussion. We don't pick.
Like the Premier League Player of the Year?
Yeah. This is just a short list. So there's
Okay.
Mo, KDB, Harry Kane. Who else?
No.
Yeah. Bunch of white dudes and an Egyptian. No. So like April, at the end of April, we decide.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. That's a good point. Way to bring it up. I like it.
I'm part of the team.
We had Conte a couple of seasons ago.
Oh yeah, he definitely deserved it, and he's so good.
We were right. They were wrong.
Bad.
So what do you want to start with? Let's see. I'm trying to find like something funny in this rundown here.
The Nigeria Poland thing is pretty god awful funny.
That's like to start off after like the theme song, though. Something to start off the pod. You just want to do like March Madness or something?
Yeah, or we could talk about Miami.
Nah.
South Beach, Englewood. It's like Long Beach, Englewood, but South Beach, Englewood. You know, like Dr. Dre.
All right, this is gonna be how we'll start the podcast. All right. So Dylan, as you know, Soccer Scoop podcast was on spring break, and as was I. I was in Miami last week. It was a pretty great time. Soccer Scoop was also on spring break. No English Premier League this weekend, so hey, we didn't need a banter on here for no Premier League. So, but we're back. We're ready to go. We're fired up. We got a nice little shortened pod here for you. Dylan, Kev, back to the old glory days of Soccer Scoop.
Soccer Scoop.
Dylan, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got international break. We got Premier League. We got Champions League coming back soon. But let me tell you some beef I had before we start.
Let's hear it.
So I had a lot of Uber drivers down in Miami transporting from one part of the city to the next. I'm speaking Spanish with them pretty well, holding my own, you know. They're understanding them.
There's no way.
Yeah, I was pretty great.
Were you killing it?
Like, yeah, I was like, oh, te gusta aquí, me llamo Kevin, some other shit. They're like, oh, wow, you speak Spanish so well. Wow. All these drivers, I ask, te gusta football. You know, what's your favorite sport? You like soccer? You're a soccer guy, huh? You listen to the Soccer Scoop? They're like, no, baseball. Baseball. Ugh,
gross.
Let's get it going. Soccer Scoop
Marlins right now. Crash.
So, Dylan.
Baseball, huh? What?
Yeah.
What?
What's up?
The baseball bash.
Yeah. No. This is Soccer Scoop, not Baseball Bear, huh?
Yeah.
International break. A lot of friendlies this past weekend. We had Germany, Spain, Argentina, Italy, France, Colombia, but none more important than Nigeria versus Poland. Heavyweight versus heavyweight.
And really, well done to the Silver Eagles for pulling this one out. You know, 1-0 win over a European opponent. That's awesome.
Is it the Silver Eagles?
That is the mascot of Nigeria.
No way. It's so. I thought it was like, maybe I'm saying a Black Panther, but I thought it was like Black Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe cut that out of the pod.
Is that racist? I think that's racist.
I don't know. I just don't want to find myself in a.
I don't think that's right. Black Panther is a nice little powerful black movie.
Black Panther's a lot of things. It's a kind of a militant political party as well.
Yeah, I mean it's one of my favorite superhero movies. I do want to say so. It is great. You didn't like it? Too military for you?
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. I heard it
Ah,
gets better with every watch.
indeed, indeed. And so did the Nigeria versus Poland game because I watched it about 0 times, but saw the Silver Eagles came out on top. So pretty excited for my boy Alex Iwobi and company. Um, I was watching some of the highlights, watching it was on TV when I was perusing through, and um, yeah, two intriguing teams, just end to end action. Like if these teams met up in the World Cup round of 16, I would not be mad. Would not be mad at all. That'd be a cool matchup in the group stage. Just those, it's kind of cool to see any of these like it's like the deep based African nation country against like a very northern European side.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to imagine the difference in backgrounds between the players. Like
Oh yeah.
it's got to be insane. And I think about it a lot as a Liverpool fan, because Mane is from Senegal. I wonder what it's like for him to live in Europe. It's got to be insane.
It's gotta be crazy. I think about that for Robert Lewandowski, Poland's number 9 a lot because he plays in Germany, and Germany and the Poles got some history from World War II, as we
Yeah,
know.
but I doubt he feels that.
There's been some feature stories I feel like I've read on that, and I forgot what it said, but it'd be interesting to revisit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the whole international break in general, really interesting to see like the clash of styles, clash of um difference between that and club level. I know you have a take on that, but really just the pace for me is so exciting to see. And I can't wait for the World Cup because it's going to be some end-to-end action, and not unless it's like Germany, Spain in the quarterfinals, and it's like, ugh, two teams that's going to pack it in when they want.
Yeah, so international football is amazing because I mean, I'll probably get some heat for this, but every game matters. And I don't mean that in terms of friendlies, but I'll explain how they do matter. In terms of competitive games, they all matter. They're all tournaments. So they're
Yeah,
all like super
as we
important.
learned the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. And the United States is a fantastic example of a country that can have bona fide superstars on its national team that
Stretch.
yeah, you're right. Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey were never ever good at the game. They were never prolific
Superstars.
Dude, they're the most prolific scorers we've ever had in our country. Yes, they are
All right,
superstars.
national superstars.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
All right.
It's you can have them, but they still want it. It's like Mo Salah. He's not well, he is a superstar for Liverpool, obviously, but I'm saying it's different. Egypt views Salah differently. They probably view him as the best player in the world, even though he's not. And Americans definitely prop up Clint Dempsey and Landon Donovan.
Yeah.
So that right there is special in and of itself. And the friendlies, they matter because as we're going to see with this super young roster that Sarah Shan just called up, that's an opportunity for these guys to impress and to make a name for themselves at the international scene, because they may not be able to do it on the club level.
Yeah, and most like these international games, most of them were kind of boring and stuff. The one that did stick out to me is this France Colombia game. 2-3, Colombia wins. France had the first two opening goals. I need you. I'm not sure if you watched it yet, but not sure if it's the first or second, but the Thomas Lemar goal was a thing of beauty.
It was incredible, and it's
second because Giroud scored the first. Yeah,
it was. I think it's a big moment for him because I think he really needs to put in some good, solid performances over the next couple of weeks to keep his spot in the France 23. I suppose.
Oh, what?
He scored 2 goals all season.
He'll make the squad.
That's a joke because he's not playing that well with Monaco. I'll tell you, if Arsenal or Liverpool, if they really do spend 90 million on this guy, I might not ever watch the game again because there's no reason that guy should be.
Wow, what a turn of opinion.
It's not a
He's
turn
like
of
your
opinion.
favorite.
It's just
He was like your favorite player in the summer.
no. I thought we should get him, and at that point, I was like 90 million. Yes, because we're going to sell Coutinho. It's going to happen. Um, but it's not now. Look at the facts of this season. No, I'm not spending 90 million on 2 goals. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that you bring it up because Lamar after the game is like, "Yeah, I really hope Premier League teams keep bidding for me. Yeah,
Yeah, like a
I
little
really
girl.
want to be good, and I really want to go to England. Yeah."
Yeah, it was interesting because I wonder how many people just want to have a really good season just to get the paycheck in England. You know,
I mean,
I would. Yep, yep.
something I did not put on the rundown here, but I'll just
Hey, just shoot
divert
for
for
it,
a
man.
second,
Yeah.
just because you reminded me of the paycheck. And I don't want to spend too much time on it because I know you're not a big fan of him, and we don't have our special guest on from earlier in the winter. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic has moved to the MLS.
So, do you want to go when he plays in Philly? You want to come with us? Maybe Jamie?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that a plan? You guys already making plans? 'Cause, hey, that's the great thing about Zlatan. He's gonna bring fans to the stadium.
Yeah. We mentioned it just this morning. Actually, we literally just came up with it a couple hours ago. But
The reason I bring it up on the podcast too, not to cut you off, is I just saw he took a 95% wage cut. So he's
there's
basically
no way.
paying for playing for free.
There's no way he took a 95% wage cut.
He's getting paid 2 to 3 million or something like that over 2 years.
What? So he's like barely making $1 million a year?
Yeah. Isn't that
Okay,
crazy?
maybe he did take a 95% pay cut. United overpaid his wages then.
Yeah.
But
His agent is the worst. But I
Mino
mean,
Raiola.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got a good deal for him.
Can you believe
in the MLS.
Raiola got like a 30 million cut of that Pogba transfer?
Yeah,
30
there's no reason he should get these kind of figures of money. I saw a good tweet. I think it was Kyle Martino on Twitter.
Why shouldn't he get these figures of money?
Because as Kyle Martino tweeted, as I was saying, he was like, Raiola plays such a small part in the negotiating and in the actual not in the negotiating, because he probably does a lot in there.
So that's wrong.
Break up the transfer fee. But he does such a minimal thing in the process of getting a player to a club,
I disagree entirely.
I think he just ranks up the price. I think the result of a player going to a club would happen without him.
All right, so there's two things I'm going to say here. One, I don't know how many people really do completely understand how a transfer works. I'm not going to pretend to know. Number two, I'm going to say I don't care, because if I was Raiola, then I want a 30 million cut. I want it, and I'm going to get it, and I'll do everything in my power.
Well, obviously you want it, but I'm saying
so. I'm not going to throw shade on him. I'm not going to say there's no reason he shouldn't be getting that money. What I'm going to say is kudos to him. I'm happy you got your payday, dude.
Okay. All right, whatever. I think it's stupid that he gets the money, and that's that. But U.S. men's national team, now that we're talking about MLS, America, blah, blah, blah. Zlatan, really cool. Your final thoughts on Zlatan before we get to the U.S. squad?
I'm going to see him in Chester for sure. So
can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll be there with you. Maybe we'll have a little live pod action.
Yeah, we'll sit in the press box.
Commentators
we'll just talk about him, nothing else.
Zlatan, if you want to come on the Soccer Scoop podcast, you are definitely invited, and love to have you. So as we pull up this 22 players that were called up for the U.S. men's national team, I'll hand it over to you first. Your initial thoughts when you're looking at this roster.
So first thoughts were I better do some research, because I wasn't familiar really with a lot of the names on the team sheet. But that was really good news, I thought. Personally, I wanted to see all these young guys. I want to see Sarachan go deep into the depth pool and pull out the guys that could be making the rounds in a couple years.
Yeah, not just the guys that are like middle aged, like Klinsman was doing. These are some young guys. You know?
Yeah, all of them entirely are very young. Because we saw in the 2010 World Cup, Josie Altidore was the striker and he was 21. So yeah, he might have even been 20.
Yeah.
So, you know,
maybe we should just keep the U.S. men's national team to like a U23 guy. Keep it like Olympics rules. 3 older players allowed. So like Dempsey would have been allowed. Bradley obviously not.
Fabian.
Yes. I don't know what happened to Fabian.
Yeah, me neither.
Fabian guy. He had that great Bundesliga season a couple of years ago. But my initial thoughts, I love seeing Cameron Carter-Vickers, Matt Miazga in the squad. This Shaq Moore, I'm excited to see what he's able to do coming from Levante. It's kind of cool seeing a La Liga got a guy in there, Eric Lehigh, the freaking Arsenal Slayer in the squad. He's great. Will Trapp, I think, deserves a shot at that holding midfield role. I'm not sure how good he'll do, but there's a PSG guy in here.
Tim Weah.
Yeah, and he's got some pace, right? He's like a winger or something.
Yeah, he's a striker. I thought I interesting.
Listed as a midfielder on here, but yeah, he might be a forward. Who knows?
And then you'll see also Kakuta Mane was added on March 19th.
Very cool.
And I'm very excited about him because if you want to talk about pace, that man is absolutely rapid. And
that guy's got pace written all over that name.
Yeah. I've never heard of Andrija Novakovic.
Sounds like a poacher.
Rubio Rubin, I'm not sure.
He's good in FIFA at least.
He's not. He's only got like 74 potential. Bobby Wood, happy to see Bobby Wood in it because he should definitely be around. Darlington Nagbe.
Also, Weston McKennie, he's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for him. Darlington Nagbe, I'm unsure deserves a spot, but
no, he's actually played really well opening weeks of MLS.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, for Atlanta.
Maybe that's for Atlanta. Probably easier to play well for Atlanta than anyone else.
Hot take. Why so? Why do you think that?
No, it's just a good team.
Yeah. Great crowds.
Nice kids.
2 goalies I know. Bill Hamid, who is playing in Denmark now. Hope he.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see him because I actually think he could be capable of stepping his game up to the next level and taking over between the sticks for a couple years. Otherwise, Zach Steffen and Alex Bono are both young goalkeeping options that could prove themselves, especially since Ethan Horvath had that absolute bumble right through his legs that,
Yeah, Bumble. He won't be swiping on Bumble after that game.
Yeah, because he's not going to get any hits on there.
Yeah. Zach Steffen. I want you to tell me about Alex Bono, but Zach Steffen was a great goalkeeper at University of Maryland, and he is even better here at Columbus Crew. I'm saying that as if I'm in Columbus. I'm not. But
yeah.
I don't know much about Alex Bono.
He won. He won with Toronto. I believe that was last season. So that's great for him. He's obviously good enough to perform at a high level. So interesting to see if he can make the jump. But otherwise, I'm really happy with it. I don't have much else to say. What do you think? Overall thoughts?
Interesting just to see no Pulisic, I guess.
He's so I understand what you're saying. He is a young player, but he's a known commodity, which
that's what I was going to ask. Is he like just a given?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason not to
test the waters with him.
Yeah, because he transcends age in the sense that he's a national team regular. So
yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. This week in the Premier League, we were off, which was always a bummer. Not too fun not to have the Premier League on your television morning screens. So we got to experience the international break, but now we got to reflect on some of the first half, not really first half, majority of the season's really gone. It's going by so quickly. Yeah, crazy stuff. But what are your thoughts? We got a quick relegation battle update.
Yeah, so West Brom's done. Wow, which is awesome because get the hell out of the league.
Written off.
What'd you say, Kev?
West Brom, you're writing them off. Interesting.
Not writing them off. They're just, they're 10 points behind safety with 7 games left to play.
Yeah, you're writing them off. Wasn't saying it's a bad thing.
And then once, so you have Stoke City and Southampton. Let me just say this: I really do not want Southampton to get relegated. I think there are far worse teams in this division, and the Premier League needs the academy strength of Southampton to just sit nicely in the mid-table, because it's a great spot for English guys. I want Swansea to leave. Get out of the league. Crystal Palace, leave. West Ham, please leave. I'm so tired. Like, there's so many clubs at the bottom of this table that I'm so sick and tired of hearing about. You guys aren't good. Their fans open their mouth and complain all the time. Stop. You're not good. Like, you are where you belong right now.
So your 3 relegated teams are what?
I want it to be West Brom, Stoke, and West Ham.
West Ham, you want them out?
Yeah, I said that. West Ham, get out of here.
I thought you wanted Swansea out. I misheard you.
I do want Swansea out, but you can only pick 3, so I'll pick those 3.
We'll have to get friend of the show, Andy Koska, the rebuttal next Soccer Scoop. But
I mean, if you want to have like a Dylan versus Andy episode, I'll do that.
Maybe call him again on speakerphone. That was great. So yeah, top 4 final predictions. I just have a quick thing. Like, Chelsea's not making the top 4, and it's pretty clear. Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City, Spurs.
Right, but I really want Liverpool to finish 3rd. They're only 2 points ahead of Tottenham, but they've also played another game than them.
Honestly,
because if Arsenal win the Europa League, I'm pretty sure Liverpool get nothing for 4th place.
No, you do.
You sure?
We saw 5 teams in this year.
Right, but Chelsea. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, word. So I guess it should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter at this point. You just want Salah to keep scoring goals, right?
I want that. I don't know. I want Liverpool to finish as high as possible.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. City has won the league.
Right, but if you finish second to City,
concede the league, Dylan. No one cares for second place. Remember when Arsenal got second place for Leicester? No one cared.
It's because you lost to Leicester.
No, I mean, it was great because we beat Tottenham.
Losing to Manchester is one thing. Losing to Leicester is another. You came second in a
Leicester
two-horse
was
race.
a dream miracle come true. Everyone loved that. All right? Even I, as an Arsenal fan, I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. But we came back and we had a little end of the season surge like we always do. And we beat Spurs to the punch, which is not going to happen this year. So who's in second now? Manchester United?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any chance they slip down? Yes or no?
I doubt it, honestly. They're
Liverpool
good.
3rd and Spurs 4th. Wow. Spurs are so underachieving every year. I love it. Love it. Knocked out of the round of 16. Supposed to be top 2 at least this season. Everyone's been healthy pretty much. Actually, they've had a lot of injuries, right? Vertonghen and Alderweireld and Kane at points.
And Eriksen went down for a little, didn't he?
Well, a little niggle here and there, as Arsene Wenger would say. Speaking of Arsene Wenger, before we get to the next topic, a lot of speculation going around with this. What's his name? Tuchel or something?
Thomas Tuchel. I'm very surprised to see this because he left Dortmund rather acrimoniously. I did not expect to see his name doing the rounds around any of Europe's elite clubs. But Arsenal is an elite, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, there's been reports because Heinkes was like, "Hey, be my successor." And he was like, "Nah," and then Heinkes was like, "Well, what ifs? I'll just not retire." And then I never actually appointed you to be my successor. Take that. And then he was like, "Well, good, because I didn't want it. I want to be in the Premier League." Well, Heinkes was like, "Good, because I don't want you." That's how that exchange went.
Yeah, no, I've spoken to Henkes myself a couple times. That's about how conversations go with him.
Yeah, he probably doesn't give a crap how he speaks. He's a nice little 72-year-old about to retire.
I just don't understand, like really why. Honestly, either of those guys are in management right now.
I guess he's doing a terrific job.
He's doing a really good job, but he's very old and he's retired multiple times. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's probably sick of retirement. Right?
Yeah, and
you think he's like a Brett Favre, or he's like,
wants to come back I think skip training. I think he's just like, he'll never say no. But
well, guys, if you really want me to,
he's a club servant. But
so I just have a quick tank.
Okay. Can I please say what I want to say about Tuchel? Please. Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Tuchel, I don't understand, and I already kind of said this, so I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't get upset about you not letting me say it. But Tuchel's awful. He's awful. He's not good. He was too inconsistent.
You already said that.
He didn't perform at a high enough level. There's no reason, and I don't honestly. There should be no take about
did underperform that year.
I want to talk about something cool, not Thomas Tuchel, because I've never hated a man more. Remember when Liverpool beat his stupid team 4-3?
Let me get my take. Yeah. I am worried. Now, this will come off really weird. All right. Everyone's very Wenger out at the moment. Even Wenger is Wenger out. He's like, all right, I deserve to get fired. All right? Just fire me. All right? But me, like, as a guy who kind of converted, then converted back, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Now I'm like, what's going to happen with Wenger is, like, yes, the close but no cigar a couple weeks ago that I said he's not going to get fired as like a bad thing. But what if it's not? Now, hear me out. The next manager could be someone like this former Dortmund guy who I can never pronounce his name. What's it? What is it again?
Tuchel. No. Tuchel. Yeah, there you go.
A guy like Tuchel, I think, can like downgrade Arsenal to 15th place. You know, Wenger keeping them up and like slowly declining, like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th each and every year. But before we find out like an actual solid replacement, like I jumped out of my seat a couple weeks ago when I saw a headline: Joachim Low to retire from Germany, take up as Arsenal manager. I was like, say what? That'd be sick. But Tuchel? Find the right guy, then replace Wenger. Let's not get him out there for some scrub, right? That's my take.
That's what I've been saying since day one. Anyway, Soccer Scoop Player of the Year. Woo! So let's go through the short list here, Kev.
We had a history of great picks for Soccer Scoop Player of the Year. Yeah, so we can't mess this up. Can't mess it up.
What season was that?
The season Leicester one. Season Leicester one. 2014, maybe?
No, that was 2015, 2016, right?
Sure.
Yeah, 2015, 2016. N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
Now we return. And the short list is
Mohamed
Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, and Harry Kane of Tottenham. Kevin De Bruyne is of Manchester City.
Last time we did this, we had 5 guys.
But there's no need.
Yeah, there's no need. There's only 3 guys in the running.
And Harry Kane should not get it, because the only reason he would get it is if we were talking about most goals. And he doesn't have that. And his team are lower in the table than Mohamed's team.
So really, it's a 2-horse race.
It's a 2-horse race
versus the Egyptian.
And I think the Egyptian should win, because I don't think
Interesting.
is
The
as
Liverpool fan goes with the Liverpool player.
Yeah, I did.
Interesting.
KDB is not. I would say. Well, that's wrong. He's pretty
Oh,
instrumental.
yeah,
But
I
I would say that Mohamed
saw
Salah
that
is a
coming.
bigger player for Liverpool. Oh, did you see it coming? Did you? He's got 28 goals.
Listen, I was dead wrong about Mo Salah. Said they paid too much for him. Guess what? He's like the best steal of all time, huh?
Yeah, like because even if his production averages out after this year, they got this season out of him. And
Yeah.
that's all they need.
Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day because of guys that have like kind of been on that like lower tier, not lower tier, but like the tier below superstardom, but they're still like a well-known player, and you know how they have the tools to do really well and have been around Europe for a while. Salah is like that. He's been around Italy's top clubs, Chelsea and whatnot over here in England, over there in England. But I wanted to ask you, who do you think is like a cool player that's like on that brink of like taking the next step that like Salah did this season? Because Salah, it's interesting to see his career development because he had all the right tools, went around these clubs, and then just like, I don't know. I feel like I should have seen a season like this coming out of him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I remember saying that. I remember saying Sadio Mane was a revelation.
Mane, Coutinho, and they had Firmino. They had the front three already.
But the fact that Mane was a revelation after we already had Phil and Bobby, just like I was like, there's no way Salah doesn't just destroy everyone this year. There's no way. He's fast, just like Mane, and he can shoot. So what?
He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
He's become very accurate with that shot, as we saw against Portugal.
But that was insane. But
nice little curler, huh?
Yeah, and he just like passed it and was like, give it back, bang. And
give it back. Ronaldo had the last laugh though.
Yeah, I don't care. Who cares? People are like, Ronaldo proves his dominance. So who cares?
I love when we get that during the podcast text from Ryan, friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Anyway, Mohamed Salah is in my front runner for player of the year, which we will decide at the end of April. I just wanted you to be aware of the short list.
Yes, the short list I completely agree with 100%. Just the order is almost intact. I put, not that I don't think, I just think like, yes, Mo Salah, it's like the goals are insane. Everyone loves the goals. And yes, that's the glorious. Everyone loves to award that with like awards like this, player of the year. But I think the FA will be more like, hey, we see Kevin De Bruyne as.
So it's not the FA, it's the Players Association, isn't it?
I think there's like two.
The PFA.
Depends which one we're talking
about. The only one we care about is PFA.
Elected by their peers. I like it. I like your thinking.
Also, if Salah wins the Golden Shoe, there's no reason for him not to be the Premier League Player of the Year. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't think it's that cut and dry. I don't think it's that cut and dry.
Yeah, I know, but it's over. That's it. Champions League is coming back. Liverpool, Manchester City, the marquee matchup for clubs that you and I care about. Not for you, but for me.
Yeah.
And this is great. And this is a take because I don't really want to talk about Champions League.
We'll get to it in the next podcast.
Too specifically. Yeah. But I will say that this matchup, even though I didn't want to play City, I've come around to the thinking because, one, we've already beaten City once. Two, Jurgen Klopp has a fantastic record against Pep. Number three, it guarantees an English team to be in the semifinals. And I think Liverpool and City are capable enough to win a semifinal tie to put themselves into the final. So I think it gives England a very, very, very good shot to actually have a Champions League winner because it guarantees that one of us, somebody from England, moves on to the Final Four.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because that means that, yeah. I mean, it doesn't guarantee an English club will be in the finals, but it's pretty as about as damn close as a guarantee you can get at this point.
Yeah. If anyone's gonna beat City, it's gonna be Liverpool, I think. Not really. I mean, but if anyone's like equipped enough with the style of play that they do, I think Liverpool does it really well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm really excited, dude.
And I also think it's hilarious how you wrote such certainty on the rundown, which gives them a chance to. Oh, it gives them a chance to be in the final for sure. Yeah, okay. I thought you said well, just gives them a chance, or gives them, which makes them the winner of the final for sure. And I was like, sure. Okay. Yeah, some good takes there. Good takes the whole pod, really. I liked it. Thanks. I hope you guys did too. So thanks for listening to this Soccer Scoop podcast. Follow along with our content on Twitter at RealWT Sports. This is the Soccer Scoop podcast presented by What Sports. Make sure to keep listening and subscribe, review, maybe share too, huh? Have a good day and scoop it all in, huh?
All right. My mom just called.